Okay, so somewhere along our learning of the guitar, inevitably we hit some roadblocks with our practicing. Now this might be day 1, it could be day 5,001, but it happens to us all. Now one of the main problems is, for whatever reason, we stop having fun. Now the guitar is no longer an instrument of play, but it's more like an instrument of chore. So let's talk through a few key ideas we can keep in mind to help make our practicing routines fun. Now, to further hone your practice routine, make sure and head to guitartricks.com/best routine. There you can find a free ultimate beginner guide, which includes an essential chord chart, a beginner practice plan, some common beginner mistakes to avoid, and a whole lot more. All right, so idea number 1 I have for you here is to make sure and find your focus and make sure and find your flow. So focus and flow. These are 2 important things to kind of set the mood, set the tone for our practice routines. Big thing here is you want to find a quiet place with no distractions or interruptions. So do whatever you need to do to find this place. It could be a room, it could be outside in the yard. Whatever you need to do, you need to lock yourself in this quiet room. Tell your roommates, tell your family, look, I need some time here. I need some serious practice time. And just so they know, so you can have this uninterrupted time. Now for this, also give yourself a specified amount of time. So whatever you have, if it's 10 minutes, 30 or an hour, whatever, make sure that you know what the time is. Try and schedule it in your day. And this way you have a beginning and an end point that you know what you're dealing with. And then the next thing, try and take away all distractions. So your phone, get it out of there. Put it in another room, or at least turn off notifications, set it for do not disturb. These things are going to be huge. If you're getting texts, if you're getting notifications, it's really going to take you out of that concentration, out of that focus. You're not going to be in a flow. So this is huge. Try and get rid of that phone, get it out of here. Now, along with setting the mood, this kind of goes along with finding the right setting, or in your room, do what you need to do to make that room feel good. You want to play in that room. So if this means dimming the lights, if it means going to the park, if it means just getting in a different setting, whatever it is, do what you got to do to get the mood right for your practice session. Now, practice sessions with this kind of focus, where you can get this sort of flow going, is going to equal way more fun and also a lot more concentrated learning time. Okay, now with that said, real quick, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, you'll stay up to date on all of our upcoming offerings, including a free trial of Guitar Tricks, which you can find in the description below. Okay, let's get to idea number 2 here, which I have as taking off the pressure. So you don't want to feel like you have to master the guitar in 3 months or even a year, or really even master the guitar at all. You want the guitar to be your instrument of play. You want it to be fun. So you're also in this to find some meaning as well. Now, what goes along with this is expectations. So let's talk about expectations a little bit. We really want to pinpoint what our expectations are. Now, this kind of goes along with setting goals, but also if your expectations are too high and you don't meet those expectations, it's really easy for us to be hard on ourselves and to get down on ourselves. So if you have too unrealistic of expectation, this is going to kill the momentum, which is going to kill the fun, which is going to make you not want to practice anymore. Now, also that goes along with this is comparison. Now, a little bit of comparing yourself to your peers or other musicians around you, or musicians that you strive to be like, a little bit of that is healthy, but too much of it is also going to kill your momentum. It kind of goes along with unrealistic expectations as well. So just try and do a little bit, not too much. Also, with taking the pressure off, a big part of this is just focusing on the few steps that you have in front of you. So just the initial things that you're working on, as opposed to, okay, you have these goals, You want to achieve these goals as fast as you can. If you're constantly thinking about the end goal, it can be daunting and it can be stifling. So just focus on what you've got right in front of you. An approach that's helped me and definitely a lot of my students out is sort of a let's see what happens approach. So you're the only person, you're the only you who is going to pick up the guitar. Your experience and end result is going to be so much different than others. So step into it, step into your own guitar experience and kind of just see what happens. There's a lot to find out and there's a lot to discover. So step into it. Okay, my last big idea here for implementing more fun into your practice routine is to commit fully. So whatever you're working on, don't be afraid, just jump into it. Now, my most progressing students, this is what they do. They dive in head first with no regrets. You want to learn as much as you can about the topic that you're interested in. So whatever you find you're excited about, go into that head first. With guitar, especially now more than ever, there's so many things that you can explore. There's so many genres. It can be overwhelming. So whichever one lights that fire the most, jump to that and stick with it for as long as you can. Now, also, whatever goals you have in mind, start experimenting with those goals or those things right away. So this goes along with not being afraid to jump in. So a lot of times we get new learners or students who don't feel like they have the right to start writing a song or playing a song, but it's always good to just jump in. Start writing a song, start writing some lyrics, find a song you love, start playing over songs you love, put on your records or put on your favorite songs and start noodling over them. See if you can pick out parts. You know, it might be hard at first, but it's really fun to try and see if you can match what you're playing to what you're hearing. This goes along with writing riffs, learning how to record, multi-track recording. It's good to film yourself while playing a song you love. These kind of things are great for experimenting with, jumping right into, not having fear and fully committing to these things. Now, just like everything else, the more you commit to it, also, the more potent the learning is going to be. All right, thanks so much for watching today. Good luck with making your practice routines more fun and meaningful. Also, don't forget to grab your free Ultimate Beginner Guide, which will be linked on the next screen.